Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie, with a cup of tea. Now, I've ditched the white wig. It will probably make an appearance at some point further down the line on my channel. But I've just had enough of it. I've decided to go to full-on Christmas glamour now for these last few days of the Advent calendar. So remember, the Advent calendar is something positive every day leading up to Christmas. You never know what you'll get, but you can rely that it will be something positive. Now, I feel like I should be drinking champagne dressed like this, not tea. But it's too early in the morning. I'm not doing that anymore. I've done that before years ago on YouTube videos. I suppose I could just pretend I'm drinking it, but it seems a shame to open the bottle and then not drink it. So no, I'm not drinking kava. I am drinking tea because it's early in the morning, but I will be drinking kava later. I think I will be drinking something later because I'm going to a Christmas party today, as you know. So nothing mega, just a get together, Christmas drinks. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. So, although the week has gone, I've still got my wand. So, bibbity bobbity boo, I'm still bringing positivity to you. This time, though, it's Christmas glamour positivity. I'm going to go for the glamour now, coming up to Christmas Day. So, we've got today's the 21st, the shortest day of the year, isn't it? I think today's the solstice, the shortest day of the year. So the days start getting longer from tomorrow. So you've passed your halfway point in a way in the winter. And so after today, there will only be, God, what day is it today? Thursday. Look, just straight away, because I've finished sort of classes, I've already don't know what day I'm on. That's how you get in the middle of Christmas, isn't it? You suddenly wake up one day and think, what day is it? Without your normal routine. So today's the 21st, so we've only got Friday, Saturday and Sunday for Advent calendar things, as far as my Advent calendar is concerned. So what we're going to talk about today, well, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all getting prepared for Christmas. I hope you're looking forward to it in one way or another. I know a lot of you, there's a lot of, people have sent me emails to let me know sort of personal things that are going on in their lives, etc. Thank you so much for trusting me, actually. People, it's so lovely because people feel that they can trust me with things about their personal life as well. Not only sort of information they give me about, cases or things that are going on, but they trust me with things about their personal life. I really appreciate that. So hopefully, I am honest, and I am. Sometimes I'm too honest. That's always been a problem of mine, to be honest. I find it very difficult not to tell the truth, and sometimes that gets you into trouble. But that's just the way I am. I've given up trying to be any different now. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing with me. And I hope to all of you have done that, and you'll all know who you are who've sent me emails, etc., saying that, telling me of things that are going on and reasons why you're perhaps not looking forward to Christmas this year. And there are lots of people like that out there, aren't there? People who've suffered bereavement, people who've lost pets, people who can't afford Christmas, basically. It's putting unbearable strain on them. People are estranged from the family. People are just so lonely. And Christmas brings it all home, doesn't it? Looks like everybody else having a great time. So don't be fooled by social media just because people put on social media what a fantastic time they're having. They're probably having a crap time. Sometimes I think the more they put on social media, the more likely they are to actually be having a bad time, because I always forget when I go out and have a good time. I always think, I'm going to take photos of what I'm eating, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And once I get talking and chatting and whatever, I just forget about all that, unfortunately. So I will try and do some from the party that I'm going to later. But, I know for a fact, as soon as I start having a few drinky poos and get chatting, I will forget. But I'll try and remember. So, what we're going to talk about today? What we're going to talk about today that's positive? Well, I thought these were appropriate. I found these stories and I thought they were appropriate because yesterday we were talking, we followed a couple of cases where people were found guilty or given 20 years minimum prison sentences. So, it made me think about prison. And when I was looking for something positive, because prison should be a place of, I mean, it shouldn't be a place of too much comfort, because at the end of the day it's a prison, it's a punishment, it is a punishment. But depending on what somebody's done, also it should be a rehabilitation, shouldn't it? And not everybody is in prison for MURDER, or some people are in prison for just lifestyles they've fallen into, and they've been unlucky enough to be caught. I mean, some people are in prison for not paying their speeding tickets, or driving offences, and there's all different reasons that people are in prison. So of course it has to be about rehabilitation as well, not just about punishment. Because if we want to create responsible citizens, that's what we want, isn't it? We want our citizens to be responsible, to care about each other, whether we like it or not. And Mrs. Thatcher might have said there's no such thing as society, just families. It's just ridiculous. But just people and their families, because of course there's such a thing as society. We have to live in society every day, unfortunately. I'm terrible, because things can get much too peoply for me. I don't like being around lots and lots of people. I've said before, I get all this energy coming towards me and I can't cope with it if it's negative energy. So I'm much happier in a small group of people. But that's because society is important. We have to get on with our neighbours. Of course we do. We have to try and find some middle ground with people that we don't really agree with. Even if we don't agree with people, we have to just accept sometimes that people are different. So, gosh, I can't remember why I started talking about that, because there's nothing to do with what I'm going to show you now. But what I found were some programs that are going on in prisons at the moment, and these are in Britain. I expect they're all over the world. And for me, I thought they were really, really interesting. So, and important. So I found this on the Positive News website. So this is worth checking out if you're ever feeling fed up. Literally, it's just positive news, and it has all different stories, things that maybe, because of course a lot of the news is bad, isn't it? So it's nice to go on, see some positive news. And there are two stories I want to highlight, and they're both about prisons. So this first story is the plan to create an orchard in every prison in England and Wales. So a charity has teamed up with the Ministry of Justice to green the UK's prisons, a project that is reaping rewards for inmates and the environment. Birds singing, apples glistening on trees in the sunshine. It's not a scene most of us would associate with prisons, but that's exactly what those at the Orchard Project charity hope to achieve. It's partnering with the Ministry of Justice in a bid to create a well-maintained orchard in every prison in England and Wales. And given that the Ministry of Justice is the second largest government landowner, the scheme has the potential to deliver real environmental benefits, says Dan Hassler, the charity's project manager for Greater Manchester. And there are, my feelings on all these prisons that are lying sort of abandoned as well. They need to be put to good use, I think, one way or another, be it housing immigrants, be it housing the homeless. It could be community centres. There's got to be things that can be done, positive things. Just needs the political will, doesn't it? As well as absorbing climate heating carbon dioxide through trees, leaves and fruit, local orchards provide tasty fresh produce without the need for polluting transport, a real saving considering more than 80% of our fruit is imported into the UK, Hassler says. Orchards also represent a refuge for wildlife, he notes, while fruit that falls to the ground encourages the growth of mycorrhizal fungi in soil. These fungi enable plants to draw in more water and nutrients, as well as helping trees to sequester even more carbon. Alex Boscarino, Land-Based Activities Manager at Manchester's Thorn Cross Prison, I don't know that prison, I don't know where it is, has seen these ecological gains firsthand since an orchard was planted there in 2016. We find it brings more of a variety of birds and insects, as well as working really well in a symbiotic way with the wildflowers we grow, he says. But it has yielded plentiful rewards for inmates too. It's a chance to learn pruning and grafting skills, or even get qualifications that can help them find jobs on release. And, I think gardeners, that's a good job, because any trade these days, because people aren't if you become a training to be a plumber, electrician, a gardener, a builder, etc. These are very lucrative professions these days because we haven't got enough of them. I think they're all over here in Spain because there's loads of them over here from the UK. But then you're never sure really if they are, they might have the Gatwick diploma, they might have come, they might have got on the plane as a clerical officer and suddenly they arrive in Spain and they're a builder or a plumber. So you're never quite sure. But anyway, Riley, what's up with you? Riley's fascinated with my boa. So, or even get qualifications that can help them find jobs upon release and make them less likely to reoffend, Boscarino adds. Meanwhile, some have the opportunity to earn a small wage by being employed to look after the orchard. So the impact on their well-being has been huge, Boscarino says. The men at Thorn Cross often have mental health issues. So by giving them the responsibility of looking after the orchard, it gives them a purpose and a sense of achievement. It's their own area. We say to them, this is for you to look after. And from time to time, they can see the progress, the impact that their loving and caring is having on the trees. I mean, I just think it's brilliant. I mean, not everyone who's in prison is a complete twonk at the end of the day. Sometimes people are in prison, it's sort of, but for the grace of God with some people. Some people are twonks, obviously, but not everybody is. So this is Hassler. Notice he's got a few tools there. So I think they'd have to be careful which inmates they let take part, of course. But anyway, so he says that tending to fruit trees give prison inmates purpose and satisfaction. And I agree. Mr. Hassler. That must be it's very good. Working with nature does help your mental health. Even just going for a walk in the woods or by the river, presuming you can be safe, it's good for your mental health. So they have enjoyed the literal fruits of their labours too, which include 4 varieties of apple, 3 eaters and 1 for cooking, as well as 3 types of pear plus plums and cherries. In addition to vegetables grown on site and eggs provided by 300 hens, the orchard also makes it easier to provide the men with nutritious meals. Cuts in government spending have left prisons with a daily food budget of just £2, 2p per inmate. Well, that's okay, because Lee Anderson said you could cook a meal for 30p, didn't he? So, bloody hell, they're in luxury there. The project to create an orchard in every prison is fully funded by the Ministry of Justice, and staff from around 30 prisons across England and Wales have so far been trained in how to plant and care for an orchard. The project is likely to continue for several years until its goal is reached. No, this could be extended, couldn't it? I mean, I'm sure there are projects all over Britain and all over just for young people in general, young people who are not working, to go on these, have the opportunity to go and learn trades, if they want to. I mean, you can't make people do something, I suppose, but all these things are positive, aren't they? So Hasler has trained staff from at least a dozen prisons in the northwest in planning their orchards, and he enjoyed showing inmates at Thorncross how to care for their fruit trees. The lads really wanted to learn and get stuck in, and there was a lot of fun, a lot of banter, he says. I mean, I don't know if they do it in women's prisons as well, but I think women would quite like doing it too. He became enamoured with orchards in 2010 after coming up with the idea of planting one on the site of a demolished bus depot in Manchester's Moss Side. It ended up, this is it, these demolished places, abandoned places, they can be made into positive things, can't they? Just need the will. You just need someone like him to take charge of it. And, don't have to cost a lot of money, because if people give their, if people donate their time and their labour, it doesn't have to cost that much money. Anyway, it ended up producing a community cider called Moss Cider. But I had not heard. I'd like to try some of that. Maybe next time when I go to Manchester, I'll go and get some Moss Cider. The relationship between orchards and communities is a symbiotic one, he says. Orchards need people to thrive. It's not just about planting, it's the annual pruning and much more. But also, even your toughest prisoner needs the benefit of being outdoors in nature. I mean, it's true, it can't do any harm, can it? Here in my village, we've got an orchard, or a huerta, they call it. And I suppose it's a bit like an allotment, really, a communal sort of allotment. Everybody, you can apply for your bit of space, like at the town hall, and go. But of course, it'd be popular now in the winter, but in the summer, it's difficult, of course, it's so hot. It's so exposed as well. So in the summer, you can't get away from the sun. You'd have to just go very first thing in the morning. Higher security prisons present challenges because they have less green space, and tall trees can create a climbing risk. But Hasler is eager to show Ministry of Justice staff creative ways to bring the vision of an orchard in every prison to fruition, perhaps by planting smaller trees against walls, or by growing them in layers or horizontally as low step-over trees. Well, vegetables and that don't grow that high, do they? So you can still plant the, the vegetables and stuff. I know they won't want to. God, could you imagine that if they plant a tree and then a prisoner climbs up and over the tree? I think also you've got to be careful about the weapons, the tools to use. That's all, because if they're really sort of tough, hard guys. But anyway, this could help more inmates like Sydney who says he is thankful for the orchard at Thorncross. I never thought I would be doing this type of work in a prison setting, planting apple trees, grafting, pruning, growing vegetables, and looking after chickens. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Please for that. So, oh look, looks like there's one in America here as well. So yeah, there'll be lots of these kind of things. So this is some positive news instead of some negative news. At the end of the day, these people, they're in prison, they've done whatever they've done. Some of them won't have done anything particularly serious. I mean, they've all done something wrong, obviously, and I'm not saying that they haven't, but there is a difference between someone who's in there for speeding, not paying the speeding tickets, someone who's in there for murdering their partner or whatever. There's a big difference. So let me just see how long because I've got to be mindful of. So no, I'll read the other one as well. I was thinking, shall I do the other one another day? But no, I won't. I'm going to do both of these today. Let me just. Oh, where's it gone? So the other one I wanted to read out to you is a similar thing. It's about prisons. But this is a different. Oh, Where's it gone? Oh, I may have to, because I've lost it now. I lost it. Yes, I've lost it, so I'm going to have to find it for tomorrow, maybe. And do. Well, could I have lost that? Hang on. Just strange, isn't it? How that can just. Hang on. Right. So I want the sections. Yeah, here it is. Husky therapy. So first of all, we're seeing how gardening, if you like, or dealing with an orchard can help prisoners' mental health and help rehabilitate them. And now this other story, so they're both about prisoners, and this is how huskies, which are beautiful dogs, aren't they? Such beautiful dogs, huskies. But very strange thing about huskies is other dogs don't like them. I think it's the eyes and that they don't bark. All the dogs, and we've got a husky along my road, and whenever it gets taken out, all the dogs in the street, including mine, just go mental. They just don't like it. I don't know why, but anyway, it's a reputation that they've got that other dogs don't like huskies. Maybe because they remind them of wolves, or maybe it is this eye stare and the fact that they actually don't bark. And they don't bark, but they howl. This husky up the road from me howls whenever its owners are out. They leave it in the front patio type, and it howls constantly. Anyway, let's have a look how husky therapy is helping offenders to tackle their mental health challenges. So this is in Wales. So this is an adventure leisure company who has partnered with the NHS to offer canine-led therapy to offenders on a mental health unit. So it was by chance that specialist occupational therapist Ingrid Unsworth came to encounter Minid sled dog adventures husky rides. So it was originally intended as a gift voucher for her adult son who was unable to take it up. So she took the ride herself in May 2022. She was left exhilarated and inspired by the experience. I had gone through some challenging circumstances at home and came away in tears of joy. Soon after, she submitted a funding proposal to the NHS for a canine therapy programme to be delivered to the 22 patients in the medium security mental health unit where she's worked for the past 5 years. So these are men aged between 18 and 58 who have committed serious crimes, meaning they've been required to carry out their sentences in the unit rather than in standard prisons. Within months, in partnership with, I know I won't pronounce that right, but anyway, Minid sled dog adventures owner Joe Swiffen, a husky therapy program was in place designed to challenge the patient's outlook on themselves and on life as they work closely with their assigned dog. And it consists of 5 weekly 2-hour sessions. It first included 10 selected men from the unit doing husky hikes around the unit's sizable grounds, learning grooming, dog handling and communication as they went. I found the sessions very therapeutic and enjoyed spending time learning and get to know the dogs. A 36-year-old patient who had been detained for over 6 years at the time of taking part told them at the end of the program. So a 22-year-old patient who had been detained for over 3 years expressed an interest in doing more canine therapy because it teaches me to learn. And now in its 2nd year, the program includes a new feature, husky puppies. It's a step up, said Swift, and the men look at the puppies coming into a new situation and consider how they might feel. They then associate that with themselves and think about how they can help the puppies. Yeah. So it's a good idea. I think all these, at the end of the day, when people are in prison, you have to do something with them. so why not if it's a positive thing? The men are taught basic canine behavior training, play puppy ping pong, where they work in pairs to encourage the puppies to go back and forth between them with a treat. And this husky therapy program has now been accredited by Welsh qualifications body Agored Simru, so it can be recognised by potential employers, supporting the men in considering a career in animal care upon their release. So it's good. It's good. I mean, I don't know what these people have done. It sounds like they've done things that are quite serious. But at the end of the day, something's got to be done with them. And if they can be, encouraged to do something positive, it's got to be good, hasn't it? So Unsworth is hopeful about receiving funding for the 2024 course. So she must have to apply every year. And meanwhile, Swiffen is partnering with a university to officially document the impact of the work. She wants to help more mental health facilities. That's right. Why not? Why only prisoners? Why not just normal health, mental health facilities? Everyone should access. I want to do it, to be honest. Wonder if I went into a mental health facility just so that I just want to work with the husky puppies. So she wants them to recognise the value in this form of therapy. A medical approach is of course needed, but it's the creative stuff that the patient engages in that makes a real difference to their lives. So there you go, two positives about what's happening in prisons. So good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the Christmas photos as I do, and I'm going to sing. Sorry, I am going to sing White Christmas. That's the song I'm going to demolish today. So, bibbity bobbity boo, bringing positivity, love to you. Let's have a look at the. In fact, I've had some Christmas things this morning, which I don't know if I've added or not. So if your picture is not on there, hang on. Just make sure I've got all the pictures. Yeah, if your picture is not on there, remember it will be on there tomorrow. I download them as I can. And as far as the members is concerned, I've had to change the members this week to Friday evening. I've got something very, very special to show you on the members. So let me just present. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start looking at the Christmas pictures, and at the same time I am going to sing White Christmas for you. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Now don't forget to sing along. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with a free Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Alexa!
So I just like to hear this say, Alexa! May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Gosh, I actually enjoyed singing that. I'm sure you didn't, but I did enjoy singing that. So there you go. Good old Bing Crosby. There you go. That's your Advent calendar for the 21st of December 2023. Once again, Bibbity Bobbity Boo, bringing love and positivity to you. And I'm sending virtual hugs for anyone who needs them, virtual hugs, because probably there's a few of you out there that could do with a hug. Okay, so I will see you very soon in the next video. As always, live and love very carefully, very wisely, especially at Christmas time, because if there's a lot of alcohol around, that's when you can make some, you get your beer goggles on, you can make some mistakes, can't you? And I'll see you really soon in the next video. And I don't think I actually said thanks. Just let me, I normally start off with the thanks. So I'm going to end with the thanks. Thank you all of you for watching, subscribing, liking, for being my members, for sending me supers, for PayPaling me, for emailing me, for sending those Christmas pictures in, for those of you participate in my chat, for those of you who don't participate in my chat, and even my trolleys. Thank you so much, because I could not do this channel without you. So thank you. May your God go with you. Bye.